You're going to see this video a few days before New Year's. But what I want you to do is just hear me out. Because as a coach, as a trainer, I've been doing this for years. And I'm just being 100% honest with you. If you've been trying to lose weight, trying to get in shape, but most importantly, if you tried this year and it just didn't go your way. And it's gonna tell you why it may not have gone your way. Because one thing that I see nowadays, there's this trend where most people, they give it a week, and if it doesn't work for a week, they give up. They give it a month, if it doesn't work for a month, they give up. Or they try and convince themselves that I need motivation to be able to do this. I don't have it. I need motivation to get out of bed. You don't need motivation to go to the bar every Friday. You don't need motivation for when your best friend hits you up, hey, you want to go do this and that? You're like, hey, let's go. That's because you know you're going to have a good time. You know you're going to enjoy that time with your friend. And it may not look like that towards your journey, but that's what you kind of want to seek. For me, people always ask me, bro, why do you still go to the gym? You're like, you're huge, you're big, why do you keep going? It's because I let go of all the stress that I go throughout the day. This is my calm to my storm. And I'm not saying it has to be your calm to your storm, but if you're not happy with the way you feel, the way you look, this would definitely be a great way to start. It will solve about 95% of what's happening up here. Because most people, the reason why they don't see results because they don't see change, they don't feel like they're growing, they don't feel like they're becoming a better version of themselves because they stop working on themselves. And that's the trend I'm talking about. Most people don't want to work on themselves anymore, and they just want it to come. Especially with the way that our society's going, surgery this, surgery that. Guess what? You can get the surgery, you're still going to feel and look the same. Because I've seen people get surgery, lose a tremendous amount of weight, to only gain it back years later because their habits never changed. You have to understand that within this journey, it's not a goal, it's not a resolution, it's a way of being, it's a way of living. And if you want to live a better version of you, if you want to live through a better version of you, you need to start being that person today. And being that person doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you got to start going to the gym 5 times a week, 7 times a week. No. Can you give me 2? Can you give me 1? Can you give me a few? Out of 30 days in a month, if you can give me 10 days consistently for 2 months straight, I promise you that will get you results. But most importantly, that will start getting the ball rolling, because when you start seeing results, you're going to be more inclined to show up. A lot of people are going to go this year and set resolutions, say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, sign up for that gym, sign up with that trainer. For them to not even show up. And the worst part, that trainer, that person, or whatever they're going to be working with, they're going to be reaching out to them, and they're going to look at that message, disappointed within themselves, and they're not even going to respond. And here's the thing, as a coach, that happens to me. Let's say if I have a pool of 100 clients, sad to say, about 30 of them will be like that. And for me, I'm a believer, I will drop you, because I'm not here to just take your mind and be able to help it change. I will drop you in a heartbeat. Because at the end of the day, I don't want people that are, I want to do it, and then just ghost. That's not how change happens. Change happens by changing your perspective. And I understand different people have different circumstances, different things that they go through on a daily basis, but doesn't mean you can't show up today. Doesn't mean you can't show up tomorrow. Doesn't mean you can't show up at least once during the week. There's always a way around it. And to go around it, you gotta communicate. That's the first thing I want you to do going into this new year. Communicate more. Not just with the trainer or coach, or within yourself. What do you actually want? And instead of gambling for it, and just change one habit each month. Don't overwhelm yourself with, I gotta meal prep this, I gotta go this, I gotta do that, I gotta get this gym membership. How about you use those 2 dumbbells that you have at home and give me 30-minute workouts 3 times a week for the first 2 months, and I promise you that'll help you lose weight. One of my clients is doing it right now. He lost 45 pounds. And in the new year, we're gonna start doing strength training. What you have right now is exactly what you need to get going. What you're going through right now is exactly what you need to get you going. And you'll be like, oh, bro, you don't know what I'm going through. I don't. You don't know what I'm going through either. So you can't assume that you just can't do it without even trying. I've been through hell and back in the past few years. But doesn't mean I don't show up to the gym. No. I usually try to make it here. If it's 10 p.m., 11 p.m., I don't care. I'm showing up. Because I know whatever I went throughout the day, I'm going to work through it here. And then tomorrow, I'm just going to show up much stronger, much more focused. So importantly, my mindset's not going to be on what I didn't do. It's going to be on what I can do to keep moving forward. And that's one thing I want you to also focus on. Let's focus on progression. Stop trying to be perfect. Most people say, I'm going to go 30 days in a row, 40 days in a row to just fail. How about you just start with 2? You have to understand you've been overweight for 5 years. You haven't done anything for 5 years. What makes you think you're going to be able to adopt a new training plan, stay consistent, show up every single day when you haven't done it in years and years? So you got to give yourself some grace. You got to give yourself some time. Most importantly, you got to learn through it. You got to grow through it. It won't happen overnight. It won't happen with just a pill. Doesn't matter what you do to try and go through a shortcut. Usually it isn't a shortcut. It's usually a shortcut towards more failure. I've seen people hop on Ozempic telling me how sick they are, how much you're throwing up, for them to go right back to the way of eating. I've seen people say, oh, I'm going to do a cabbage diet. That was 2-3 years ago. Now they're more overweight than ever. Because you keep leading towards shortcuts when you have to understand you're the shortcut. It's learning through you, changing what you do, changing the late night eating, the overthinking, and just show up. So going to this new year, I'm not here to give you a speech on, oh, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. I'm just letting you know, just be you. Be you, be present. Be hopeful, but most importantly, seek growth. Not just mentally, but physically, in the gym, and everything that you do. And if you do that, you will, at the end of the year, be a bigger, stronger, healthier version of you, if that's what you want. Or a slimmer, tighter, stronger version of you. Whatever your goal it is possible for you. But you won't achieve it by just saying, oh, I'm going to start at this date. You got to start with one action step a day, one change a day, one thought a day. And even when you don't feel like it, push yourself to do it. Because usually when we do it, when we don't feel like it, turns out it wasn't even that bad. So going into this new year, be great. Be you. Be present. You have to understand it's your life. You're the only one that's going to change it. Yes, you can get a coach. Yes, you can get a trainer. Yes, they'll help you by giving you the right program, giving you the right form, giving you the right technique and what to actually focus on. But it's still up to you to show up and do it. Most people think trainers are here to give you a magical shortcut. We're not here to give you a magical shortcut. We're here to show you the patterns and things that you've been doing and how to change them. So therefore, you can start being that version of you by doing little things each day to get there. All right? And again, I hope this video brought you some value. I hope this video gave you that, not motivation, but that spark. And I hope this video gave you not motivation, but just a thought. Damn, I did do that. I do need to change that. He's right. Just one little thing each day. I don't need to be perfect. And even if you mess up, keep going. Most time mess up and stop, that's when you fail. When you mess up, it's not failure. It's an opportunity to grow. So how you respond is absolutely everything. Peace.